Hey, how y'all doing? I haven't made a video in quite some time, probably 6 months or longer. But I want to talk a little bit about how some of the successes I had in the garden this year. And this video is going to be about the cherry tomatoes. First time I ever grew anything like this. And I actually grew about, I don't know, probably 50 of them from seed. And I gave quite a bit away. Tip for the future: if you don't know what to do with them, don't plant that many unless you have a big space. But right here you can see I have 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. These tall three are one kind, and then these shorter ones are another kind, and I'll talk a little bit about them. But zone 8B now, and I'll talk about some of the successes that I had. But you can see they're struggling a little bit because we've had a couple of cold nights, down to like 42, and but they still have, you can still see the tomatoes on here, and there's some that are ready. And every day I'll come out here and I get tomatoes every day, anywhere from all 5 plants. It varies, but I'm gonna say anywhere from 10 little cherry tomatoes to 30 probably. So it's kind of nice to come out here and just pick them in the morning and eat them with a salad in the afternoon. I'm definitely growing cherry tomatoes again next year, but I'll talk a little bit about them. These are the two types of cherry tomatoes that I've grown. These are the large cherry tomatoes. These are the shorter plants. The tomatoes were a little bit larger, but they produce so few fruit that I don't think I'm gonna get these anymore. But these right here are the ones that produce quite a bit. I never saw it to the same as the image here. I think it's maybe a little bit exaggerated, or maybe I just didn't have enough fertilizer. I did grow them in containers, and I'll show you in a bit. But they grew really well in the beginning of spring, and then in the summer they stopped producing. And I researched a little bit, and it says that when it's really hot they don't produce that much because something happened to the pollen, because here it gets to about 100. But then after that, once the fall came in late September is when they really started to produce. So just to kind of, the tall ones, like I said, right now the tall plants are this one right here. So let me show you how I staked them up basically. So what I did is I ran these this wire right here. All I did is, it's pretty easy, just one down top, one down the bottom, and then I ran it and I did these loops, and this is where I would tie it from as it grew. So you see right here, it's tied down. And this is the super sweet cherry tomato. The seeds are white on this one, and you can see how it was super easy to set up. And then as it grew, I just kept on tying it, and they grew quite a bit. As I said, the super sweet, I'm definitely getting next year again. I don't think I'm gonna do the I might test another variety, but I grew them in these 5-gallon containers. You could put these sprinklers if you have like a system, and I can talk about a timer later on. But I basically, in the summer I did put them on this, especially if you're going to be out of town. But whenever I could, I just come out here and water them by hand every day. They would get watered. But most of them are in these 5-gallon containers. Some are a little bit smaller, but all in all, it was a success. I'm gonna continue trying this next year. You can see there, another good thing is I thought the birds were gonna get to them, but they never did, nor the squirrels, and we have quite a bit of squirrels, so I'm not sure if they never found them or what. But see, they're still setting out flowers. So I know the winter's coming and it's gonna basically kill them off, but highly recommend these. Let me go ahead and pull some out so you can see. Like, there's some here that are falling already, and they're easy to pull once they're ready. And it's just, especially if you have kids, it's nice to tell them like, hey, go out there and get some tomatoes, you know. Look at this. And the ones that are a little bit orange, I leave them there for, like these right here will be ready in a day or two. I'll go ahead and pull this one out, but you know, it's just nice to come out here and just, you know, just pull tomatoes. Kind of relaxing a little bit. And like I said, every day I can come out here and get 10 to 30 tomatoes. And these super sweet hybrids have quite a bit more than the other ones, so once again I highly recommend these. I'm in Zone 8A. They did well. I could say for the most part they were pest free. You can see some yellowing, as I said, but a lot of that has to do with the recent temperature drops at night, which we're not down to 43 degrees. But look at this. You know, so it's kind of nice. You know, I really do like how it softens the fence a little bit, and how big they grow, how bushy they grow. I heard that you have to make sure they have airflow. Here in Zone 8B, Texas, is super hot, so even in the heat of summer, they got a lot of sun, but at the most, probably about 5 hours of sun. Right now, they're getting no sun in reality because there's this fence, and then I have a crepe myrtle up here. And the nice thing is they're in containers, so if I wanted to, I could move them to get more sun, but I think they're fine right here. I would definitely do this again next year. I would stick to the super sweet and probably some experimental that I'm gonna try, but big thumbs up. So if you want to experiment with tomatoes, I hear the cherry tomatoes are pretty easy, and that was the case for me. Just make sure you water them every day in the summer here in Zone 8A and the Northeast Texas area. And easy. They don't take that much soil. And I mean, this was about, I think I paid $3 for the seeds and about $15–20 of soil, potting mix. And you know, it gives you something to look forward to, and it's good for the mind, good for kids, and you grow it yourself, you know. So what else? There's not much to say. Hope you liked the video. Until next time.